Hi, everyone. Here we are on another day, and today has been an interesting one for me. I would like to tell you that if you could see my kitchen table right now, it is packed, piled high with papers and booklets and all kinds of things that I need to go through. And today was going to be the day that I was going to accomplish that task. I was going to take a look at all of this junk and go through all these papers that I've been trying to get some time to look at. And they started out pretty good. It was a great idea. It didn't get very far. There's still a mess here, and I'll have to carry this over tomorrow. But I'm smiling about it because one of the things that I know is that we can start out with the best of intentions about what we want to accomplish, and some way, somehow, we just may not get to that end place that we're trying to reach. And that is not only true externally, that is true internally with our inner work. I know that I have this little secret method when I'm cleaning up the kitchen, and I call it the sweep. And I will start at one corner of the kitchen and methodically make my way all the way around the room, sometimes moving things to the next spot until I get to the very end, and then that's where I make the Herculean push of getting it all done. Inner work's a little different. We don't really get to just sweep through it and leave things out and push them aside and never attend to them, because the internal work that is so necessary for us to make any type of a contribution in the world is one of the most important things we can ever do with our lives. So when I realized I wasn't making very much progress with the outer work, I set it aside, and I had a visitor day. We stayed 6 feet apart from each other, but I took the time to just nurture a relationship, have a conversation, not be concerned about what I wasn't getting done, and to recognize that in this moment in time, having a few moments to spend with another human being is much more valuable than going through all of these papers that are going to be here when I wake up tomorrow morning, whether I like it or not. So as I think about the meaning in everything that I do now, I look at how am I going to do my inner work to be able to come through this as a better human being. I am nurturing relationships, and I've recognized that that's a priority. And on top of that, I think an important thing for me is not just the nurturing of relationships, but looking at what will my contribution be? What will my contribution be as I move into post this horrible disease, this horrible virus? And for me, that contribution, I would like for it to be being able to maybe arrive in the right place at the right time to help people to understand our universal connection. For many years, I've talked about how important it is to recognize and honor and respect our oneness. We are all connected. And this moment is, of course, showing us that as we watch friends, family, and people all around the planet suffering from the same illness. We're connected. We're connected in the way that we can step back and keep ourselves safe and honor that so that we don't spread the virus. And at the same time, we're connected when we recognize that there is pain and suffering. So for me, looking at the contribution, it's really bringing home and driving home the reality of we are all God's children. We were created to be able to love and embrace one another. It's going to be more important than ever before that we really take a good, long, hard look at that. And that as we look at how important we are to one another, maybe being away from each other for a time, maybe realizing that we don't know our neighbors, maybe recognizing that that brother or sister that we thought we had so much time to reach out to, that if we wanted to sit in a room with them right now, we can't do that. It's all about how we begin to develop a new perspective, a new way of looking at moving forward. And so if we can become more intentional about how we'd like to show up authentically in the world post the horrible plague that we're living through at this moment, then I think it would make a difference in the whole earth. I mean, we have an opportunity for there to be a shift here, a powerful shift, and the powerful shift that takes place in our heads and, more importantly, in our hearts. So what is your contribution going to be? What's your focus going to be coming out of this? We have some time to think about it. And intention matters. Actions matter. Words and energy matter. What kind of intention are you going to set for beyond our isolation? What kind of actions will be different beyond this virus? What kind of love or gift can you bring to the world when we all step back out into the sunlight again? I think that's an amazing thing to just ponder for a while. So we're nurturing our relationships, hopefully calling someone that we haven't spoken to, and many of us have enough people that we can probably do that for a while. I managed to multitask yesterday because I was able to not only call someone, but I did it while I was walking. So I got some exercise in, and that's something that I've been needing to do. And now today, really thinking about setting my intention for how I would like to show up authentically and making a contribution. And so I started working on some things, and I'm very excited about them. I will continue to work on them during this period of time, but I bet there's something for all of you that's kind of been on the back burner, something that you can do or that you've wanted to do or needed to do. And now maybe you just have the opportunity to take that thing and fine-tune it and prepare it to bring it out into the world so that you also play a part in making things better. We all have a role to play, and it's an important role. The most important thing that we can do is love one another. So I'm looking forward to being with you again tomorrow, and I would love it if some of you would post and let me know what you're doing, how you're feeling. If there are some questions and some things you'd like to talk about, that would be great. But I promise you, I'm going to show up every day until we can all show up and be with each other and hold hands again. And you know, if you know me, I'm a hugger. I can't wait to get a hug again and to give a hug. God bless you all. I love you.